Welcome to the introduction of getting to know your BrailleNote. If you are watching this video, it will likely be because you have just purchased a BrailleNote Evolve and ready to get started. Congratulations! Before continuing with this snapshot video, please ensure you have charged your device fully as instructed in the Getting Started document. In this video, we will cover some of the basics of navigating on your BrailleNote Evolve. If you're a previous BrailleNote user, please note that there are some differences to be aware of. Let's cover some of these differences. Let's go through some of the basic menu navigation options and some of the changes from the previous BrailleNote. Previously, Keysoft allowed navigation through your list of items using the spacebar to proceed forward and backspace to return backward. This functionality is now unavailable. Exciting news! You can still use all the other familiar methods from previous BrailleNotes, keeping your experience seamless and enjoyable.
That's good to know. Tell me more.
Sure. One method to move forward and backward by list items is by using the following. You can use space with .4. This will move to the next menu item list. And to move back by an item, you can use space with .1.
Are you suggesting there is more ways to move like this?
Yes, you guessed it. Why not give the up and down arrow keys a try? They're conveniently positioned right in the middle of your device, making navigation a breeze. Another method to perform the same action is by using the two outer thumb keys, which are located at the front edge. The last thumb key on the right, also known as the next key, will move you forward, and the thumb key to the far left, also known as the previous key, will take you backward. So, there are many different ways to perform one type of navigation.
What about using the first letter to get around? Can we still do that?
Yes, of course. First letter navigation still works. Simply type the initial letter of the item you wish to jump to. For example, press the letter A to jump to the All Apps menu item.
Okay, great. Let me go ahead and do that. I assume pressing the Enter key will select this item also, correct?
Yes, correct. The Enter key is like your confirmation key and is used to select the item.
Cool, that makes sense.
So as I mentioned, you can still use first letter navigation, but we have also introduced multiple character navigation.
What does that mean?
Imagine you need to find the item clock. Instead of repeatedly hitting the letter C, you can make your search a breeze by typing the first few letters of the item's name. Just hit C and then L. But here's the catch. Type swiftly, or you might land on an item that starts with the second letter you pressed.
Okay, I get it.
Another way of getting to a specific application is by performing a find.
Let me guess, I press space with F?
Yes, that's right. Then you simply type the application you wish to find and press Enter.
This makes finding my application so much more quicker.
The other method of navigation is by sections, or better known as interactive elements.
Interactive elements? That sounds like a new way of navigating.
It is, and it's an important one. In Windows, screens or pages may have multiple interactive elements. Think of a web page that has a link, button, drop-down list, or form fields. These are all interactive elements. To move through all these elements, you use the Tab command. Once you're on one of these interactive elements, you would then use your item navigation method.
So how do you perform a tab?
To tab forward, press space with dots 4 and 5. This moves you forward by elements. To go backwards using Shift and Tab, press space with dots 1 and 2.
Can you give me an example of when I'd use this?
First, make sure you're at the main menu. The main menu actually contains 3 interactive elements and can be broken down as followed. 1. The menu list element, which contains the list of all your applications. 2. The power button. And 3. The find search element. Pressing Tab allows you to cycle through these available elements. Once you've tabbed to the element you want, you may then switch to item navigation. You can do this using the up and down arrow keys, or space with dot 4 to move forward, and space with dot 1 to move back. In simple terms, the use of tabbing will move you between buttons, links, and other things you can interact with. It doesn't read everything on the screen, just those main items. Item navigation is what you use once you're on something, letting you explore the smaller details inside it. Lastly, if you need to return to the main menu at any point, you can press all 6 dots in space or press the Home, Keysoft button, which is the circle button located on the front edge between the thumb keys. let's review the key takeaways of the menu navigation. 1. There are multiple ways to navigate forward and back by list items. This includes space.4 and space.1. You can use your up and down arrow keys, or you can use your next and previous thumb key. 2. First letter navigation is available. Simply press the initial letter of the item you wish to jump to. 3. You can even use multiple character navigation by pressing the first few letters of the item. 4. You can use the find function by pressing space with F followed by typing the application name. 5. Tab and Shift tab. These are commonly used to move you by interactive elements. This can be achieved by pressing space with dots 4 and 5 to move forward and space with dots 1 and 2 to move back. 6. Lastly, returning to the main menu, a good starting point if you ever get lost. Pressing either all 6 dots with space or by pressing the round home button at the front edge will return to the main menu. Get ready to dive in and uncover more using these exciting navigational methods. When you're ready, join me in the next chapter, where we'll explore how to access the context menu, close a dialog, and exit an application. We'll even show you how to switch between open applications. Can't wait to see you there.
Thanks, everyone.